Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief. Now, unfortunately, we are entering the new year in the wake of some of the deadliest anti-Semitic attacks in the United States to date, and the numbers are staggering. Jews make up just 2% of the American population, yet account for more than half of the total reported hate crimes across the country. And the crimes seem to be picking up speed, especially as New York's new bail law goes into effect, essentially removing most of the deterrence from would-be assailants. Well, just to highlight the severity of how often these attacks are really happening, we've put together a list of just some of the crimes in the past few weeks. On November 11th, 3 youths throw eggs at a Jewish mother and child. It's the 5th assault in 48 hours in Borough Park, New York. Then a week and a half later, on November 20th, a 29-year-old Orthodox teacher is beaten and stabbed on the way to synagogue in Monsey. On December 10th, 4 are killed in the New Jersey shooting targeting a local kosher supermarket. At the same time, a school dance recital in Poland angers many as kids depict being gassed to death by the Nazis. Then December 19th, the Paris Appeals Court upholds that the brutal anti-Semitic murder of 65-year-old Sarah Halimi cannot be tried because the killer was high on cannabis. And on Christmas Eve, a man wearing religious-looking clothes is punched on his way home. Then December 27th, 3 women are slapped and a shooting is threatened against the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters. December 28th, 5 Jews are injured by a machete-wielding stabber who entered the Hanukkah celebration in Monsey, New York. One victim may have permanent brain damage and could be partially paralyzed for life. This is the 8th anti-Semitic attack during the Hanukkah holidays. And finally, January 1st, 2020, 2 women are arrested for attacking an Orthodox man in broad daylight in Brooklyn. In the face of mounting financial crises, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas is reportedly calling on Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu to rethink the cuts Jerusalem is withholding from the PA's tax returns. Israeli authorities have slashed another 150 million shekels in taxes from the return it collects on Ramallah's behalf over the Palestinian pay-for-slay policy. But Abbas warns that the cuts are fueling anger in Judea and Samaria, or the West Bank, especially as Israel simultaneously works with Hamas in Gaza towards a ceasefire. Meanwhile, adding to the division between the Palestinian territories, the Hamas terror organization in Gaza is now blaming the PA for helping Israel assassinate Baha Abu al-Atta. Israel targeted the Palestinian Islamic Jihad terror group chief back in November, sparking a bloody back and forth between Israel and the Strip, including hundreds of rocket attacks and retaliatory airstrikes. Also, Israel maintains that al-Atta, who had orchestrated many attacks in the past, was planning an imminent terror strike as well. Either way, the problem today is not around the strikes, but on how the IDF found al-Atta to begin with. Hamas has reportedly caught a small PA intelligence cell that apparently traded secrets on al-Atta to the Israeli Shin Bet. And Hamas even released a video and phone recording allegedly revealing the group and its conversations with Israeli handlers. The Fatah party in the PA, however, is calling the allegation a baseless and delusional theater performance. It can take hours to select just the right Ben & Jerry's flavor, and that's largely because the famous ice cream company puts a lot of work into selecting the names and ingredients behind every tub. And now, Ben & Jerry's Israel needs your help to come up with the idea for a brand new flavor that'll be released just in time for third elections. You may think that ice cream and politics have no place in the same sentence, but Ben & Jerry's is creating a new flavor called Third Time Ice Cream to commemorate the historical third elections that Israelis will be forced to endure in just 3 months from now. Now they just need to figure out what'll be in it, though. Israelis have suggested a Malabi and Bamba flavor, which would combine the 2 popular Israeli snacks, and others have recommended salted caramel and ricotta cheese with strawberry jam, a za'atar spice flavor, Pop Rocks, and something that leaves a so-called bitter taste at the end, which is no surprise since the nation is pretty tired and bitter to be heading to the polls again. But with that in mind, that's why Ben & Jerry's Israel is creating the flavor in the first place, to get Israelis to go out and vote. That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.